Doesn't want to overextend too heavily. Acid Spit doesn't connect, which means that the next time they fight, it's unlikely Spart1e will have the acid available. Garpy will know that. Okay, so it's going to be a fight for that first blood. We don't know what that could be. Oh wow, Spart1e with a read on where Garpy's going to be coming up from. Big damage on rocket. Misses the rail, that was crucial. Garpy was healing the whole time, standing in this blood pool. Yeah, that was great for Garpy. Able to get back to full health the whole time while duking damage. A fantastic exchange, without a doubt. Ooh! Can't take much more of those rockets though, but look at how weak Spart1e just was because of that rocket through the grate. Yes, indeed, and it's Sorlag's going to take him a while to get back up there, and Garpy really has been controlling all of these big power-ups completely. Or has to jump, but no, shot rocket a little bit too preemptive. And as he wanted to confuse him, oh, nice damage coming up. The OG misses the rail, that would have been it. Oh, fortunately, didn't quite land that final clutch shot. He was able to force the acid spit out of Spart1e as well. Didn't really accomplish a huge amount. Oh, stopping ever so slightly before he was ready for the rail. Stopped just in the nick of time. I need to get some armor up though. Hasn't got to worry about rails so much at the moment. Damage. LG not quite reaching. That was a shocking rocket. Yes, it was indeed heavy armor, but you have to be careful. Good chance Spart1e's way. Oh, missed another rail. All these opportunities being missed. But the rail is returned by Garpy. And look at how weak Spart1e is now. He's in big trouble. Does he know he's up there? I'm not sure. I guess not. He has a hunch. It's going to take a lot of work for Spart1e to get some of that back, and no, caught halfway through the jump. He's going to hit that ledge just like a ton of bricks. And that's one of those, you know, win-win situations for Garpy. Getting that frag immediately into a mega health. Great situation to be in. Now he has that champion lead. 2.5 minutes into the round as well already. Oh, the Ghost Walk, he comes out swinging. He was not ready for that. Not at all. And the injection keeps him alive temporarily. But with 15 health, that's going to be 75 at least. He is back in the fight. That was almost disastrous. Perhaps. Oh, there we go, coming out with the OG again. Garpy is going to get the best there. 23 health left. Doing very well for himself. This one's called out on this injection. Probably going to have it by the next time they fight, if he needs it. There we go, popping it just to get himself back up to full health again. The reason he survived that fight was because his LG was just more on point. Here comes Doomslayer. Oh, coming in with a shotgun, doesn't want to commit too hard. Jumps back in. Oh, wow, nailed around the corner. Turned into a pincushion, and Doomslayer is going to take that kill. Bring out Sorlag from Garpy. The danger is that there's about 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Yeah, time is not on Spart1e's side at the moment. Garpy and Sorlag going to take quite a lot. I mean, Garpy opting to go for Sorlag means he probably doesn't want to take the time, right? Means he kind of just wants to get this fight to outlast, because Sorlag just has so much health and armor that you can't really burst her down unless you really catch her out of position. Actually, knocked him into the heavy armor. Damn. How about that? Still though, it does mean that Spart1e's managed to get heavy armor on the Doomslayer. And the mega health too, maybe? That fat 1 damage. Yeah. Spart1e went back and collected it. Nice and healthy. He's gonna have that Berserk too if he needs it. Haven't actually seen the Berserk get any frags today so far. You're definitely not going to be able to Berserk a Sorlag with acid, for sure. You're going to really sort of just give Sorlag exactly what she wants, but it is going to serve as a purpose to maybe beat her to an item, beat her to a weapon, or just get out of danger. You should be able to run a little bit faster than her. Oh, big damage on that rocket, 93. Big chunk for Spart1e back, but Spart1e is starting to creep around the corner again. But as each of these rockets connect, it's just going to sort of chip down that health. It's going to just whittle away that health and armor. So when the fight happens, you've not really got enough health to fight. You know, you get hit by a few acid spits and you're pretty much guaranteed dead. And he takes the fight for what it is. It's going to be down for the rest of time. Ooh, gets 1 rail, but that's not enough. Still has to hit at least 2 more in 15 seconds. This is a lot of work. Not much time to do it. The acid's gone though. If he can get a good Berserk here without the acid being a problem, he is going to be better off. Oh, misses that rail and gets hit himself. He has no choice but to follow. Gets a lovely rocket, but he can't commit to the fight. If only he knew how weak. Oh, and that rail. I mean, if that rail connected, I'm willing to bet that would have been an even situation. That would have been really cool, but not meant to be. Spart1e, unfortunately, wasn't able to chase it the correct way, and Garpy is going to take the first round due to timeout.
Round 2.
But again, round 1 down. It's going to be first of 3 rounds. Plenty to go where that came from. A good read on the LG towards Heavy, but because it's Anarchy, you're not really going to be keeping him out of the air for too long. Shoutouts to the Doom shotgun, of course. Of course. No reason not to. Still though, Mega Health went the way of Spart1e again. You can see the difference in the health between the two champions now. Considerable difference between the two. But it's been quite a running theme for Garpy, where he's done a fantastic job of actually dealing with the Soul-like problem straight away. Very comfortable facing off against this champion right now. Garpy knocked down, but getting a lot of damage with the lightning gun from below. Oh, that was actually really
The thing is, actually, missing that rail means that even after getting that heavy, he's not in a great spot. He's not in a great position here. Garpy's happy with this exchange for sure.
Going back through again this time. As the rocket picked up. He's got all the weapons he could possibly need and fully stacked. Garpy is ready to fight if he needs to.
But Spart1e has the acid spit.
Always have to be
Gotta
careful.
yep, always. You have to show it the utmost respect. Minimal damage to get the heavy, so a nice exchange. Spart1e likely to get the mega, and he does. So we're gonna try and fight this, especially if he hit that rail, he would have gone in. Definitely. Once more, Garpy, he's gonna play that hit and run game. He's gonna fight on his terms.
You can see Spart1e being really careful. Like, Spart1e's moving around in a very timid fashion. He doesn't want to just get caught out. He does have a massive health and armor lead every time they fight. It's just the injection. He's worried about it. Big rail damage coming out from Garpy. Nice way to just pump some of that health down. Get rid of some of that stack.
Here he comes, around the corner. Oh, didn't quite do any damage. Almost did. But because it didn't connect, he's not going to know the Spart1e's around the corner. I think he definitely saw a little poke out of the gun there, though.
Oh, another good rail. Hey, make some more damage, or is he just going to go and heal it back up again? Make it up for 20 seconds. Oh, big damage there. And Spart1e's going to pick up that mega health again. Spart1e still waiting down there. Spart1e being so timid. I think he's just waiting for that ambush attempt.
Yeah, he's trying to lay a trap, I think.
Garpy knew who was there, though.
Almost like using Garpy's patience as a tool, because if he's going to go around the corner and be very patient and Spart1e's not making any noise, I mean, all it takes is one good ambush. Just look at the difference in health and armor. Soul-like ambushes Garpy one time and he's dead.
So, though, approaching that 3-minute mark. Over halfway through this round. Go down to another 1-frag game.
Identical respawn timers on the Mega and Heavy, though. You have to pay attention to that.
Ooh, a lot of damage there by Garpy. Ooh,
Spart1e's having a hard time hitting those rails against Anarchy. Like, he is really struggling to hit those rails. Any one of those rails could just change the game. They could allow Spart1e to press the advantage. At the very least, force the injection. You can see right now, he's on 75 health. He hasn't actually had to use the injection at any point in this round yet.
But it's like almost like a cycle. Every single time the Mega Health and Heavy Armor respawns, it's the same thing. You know, they'll poke at each other with some damage. Spart1e's trying to zone away from the Heavy Armor. Garpy eventually gets it. Spart1e ends up picking up the Mega Health. It's been the same cycle for about 3 pickups.
It becomes the standoff where when respawn times are identical like this, are they gonna be content taking that trade? Or when is the time that someone decides to be huge? When does someone decide to be brave, you know, and actually challenge it? Looks like he's going to challenge it now, do a bunch of damage. The acid spit is down. Now, this is when Garpy has a chance. The acid spit is down for 35 seconds at least. Undone a little bit because of the hourglasses, but it's still down for at least 20 seconds.
He has a little bit of time to force a fight here to not worry about that big damage, but he has his injection too. He kind of has the resource here. He's taking this fight.
He knows it's down. He presses the advantage, and because there's no acid spit, so much more confidence comes out of that player. Now 30 seconds is all Spart1e has to take this Anarchy out of action.
But that's it. 30 seconds and counting. He has the injection to run away if he needs to. Let's be careful here. Oh, big amount of damage coming out from Spart1e. Spart1e very low here.
Oh dear, he can't fight.
This is a bad situation for Spart1e. He has to heal himself up desperately just to try and stay alive. And even then, he has to try and even things out just to not lose the round. Can that rail be it? Oh, gets away just in time, but he does
Thank you, Teleporter. I mean, this should be a guaranteed win, really. 5 seconds left.
Maybe not.
Rail! Oh, no rail!
That was the rail. That would have been an equalizer, but not quite there. So that's going to be another round thanks to timeout. A 10-minute game and counting, at least, in just 2 rounds' time.
It's very reminiscent of a match you expect to see in this lower bracket. I mean, it's an elimination match. This is an elimination series. The loser is out of DreamHack Denver.
If there's a time to just play as patient and careful as possible, it's when you don't have any more chances. You know, these guys, they're playing for a qualification spot in DreamHack Denver. This is a lot on the line. There's $35,000 there alone.
Absolutely loved that play. I loved that play from Garpy where he hit the rail, did that little sort of circle jump straight forward just to bait Spart1e into going, right, he's going to press the advantage. I'm going to have to deny him and use the acid. He never had any intention of attacking him.
It does mean that Spart1e doesn't have acid anymore. And I like it. As soon as Garpy knows he doesn't have acid, he has nothing to fear. He just goes in. He did the exact same thing last time. As soon as he got the acid out of Spart1e, he just went ham and went straight in there.
He forced the acid spit. He had no intention of fighting, apart from when the acid spit was down.
Very smart. Very smart play.
I feel like Spart1e, I mean, there's going to be room for adaptation here, for sure. Spart1e, heavily experienced in Quake.
The thing is, right, Garpy has shown time after time after time, today alone in this tournament, and even this set we're watching right now, he is willing to run that clock down to 5 minutes. If you give him a champion advantage, you know that at any point he feels like he's not going to win the fight, he will get out of there, because he knows the clock is on his side. He will run it down if he needs to. The pressure is now on Spart1e to force him into that not being an option. He goes in for the Ghost Walk, but not enough damage. Oh, yeah, Garpy takes him down. This is probably going to be a map win for Garpy.
But once more, he's not needed to use the injection, which is another very important factor here. Here comes Doomslayer, but even he is too weak to fight, and that is a clean 3-0. I mean, very dominantly played. The game plan was quite obvious there. You know, it was to run the clock, frustrate Sorlag, do whatever it takes to get the acid spit out, take the fight, and then with my newly built momentum, go in, you know, and then just snowball that lead. But getting that initial burst, getting that initial lead, that was the hard bit.
I love that game plan, though, because Sorlag is a top-tier champion right now. You know, she has really good movement for a champion of her size, a colossal amount of health, a very respectable amount of armor, but that ability, the acid spit, the damage output, the acid does damage on impact per projectile, it does ticking damage over time once it's connected with anything. It's the acid that stops you being able to 1v1 her, because she has more health to outlast you, and she does more damage than you can do if she spits acid at the same time or using the lightning gun or something. If you get rid of that acid, she is just a big hitbox. She is just one big meat sack for you to just take down with a lightning gun that if you have good aim, like we know Garpy does, you're not going to miss that target. Get rid of the acid spit, then take the fight. You've taken Sorlag off the table. Now you have the champion advantage. You control the pace, and it forced Spart1e into places he didn't want to be.
Well, that's the strength that Sorlag has in that 1v1 confrontation, because she has the health and she has the hitbox that is easier to hit, but her sheer level of damage output means that if you're going up against her acid spit and the damage output, you can't survive that, because even though you're hitting her more, what she's hitting you with does more damage, and that's just the way it is. So eliminating the acid spit is, I mean, it's best case scenario. So they've gone for a map change. It's going to be Blood Covenant will be Spart1e's choice. And this is another one of those maps that we saw Garpy just play on against Strengths, and he played it to great effect. And it worked out for him. You know, it was the same game plan, actually, funny enough. It was the same matchups, it was the same champions, and it was very reminiscent of what we just saw previously. But here comes the champion selection. Garpy, I'd be very surprised if he picks anyone new. He's probably going to go with
I
what he
expect
knows.
no changes from Garpy. However, Spart1e might not go with Doomslayer here. Has he gone? Yeah, he's gone for the same thing again. Looks like it. Yeah, he's gone for Doomslayer again, so both players sticking with the exact same compositions. Now, the fact that Spart1e lost this means that Blood Covenant was his choice. So, if there's any map he's going to be the most confident on with this composition, it's Blood Covenant.
It's a lot of stress to put up with at this stage, so it's your map choice. You've got to make sure you win it. You've got to make sure that the champions you've selected is a team that you're confident in, because when you're on elimination point and you're one map away, the smallest mistake will punish you with the greatest form of punishment, which is, you know, you're out for good. There's no more chances. And this is a 1 week kind of shot, you know. So if you play well today, if there's one day you're going to play well, it's got to be the big one.
It just seems that Spart1e is having trouble kind of forcing Garpy into fights he doesn't want to be in. Because a big thing that Garpy's doing is kind of like trapping Spart1e, or, you know, just getting the best out of him situations, cutting off escape routes and stuff like that. And it just seems that Spart1e isn't able to sort of contain Garpy in the same fashion. I know Aniki's a big part of that, because we know that Aniki is very mobile, but still, you know, it seems like Garpy always has the first choice as to where he's going to move.
Now, we see the matchup completely identical. Aniki first versus Sorlag first. Oh, so much damage. That is going to be a clean frag, but they're going to trade it. Can he get enough health to survive? He's got the injection, and he saves it. Perfect timing.
That's actually really well timed from Garpy too, waiting until he's one tick away from death just to make sure he doesn't take as much damage as normal. There's a rocket and an LG too. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
The surprise attack from Spart1e. Good use of the invisibility. He needed that frag just to, well, as like I've said earlier today, just removing momentum, taking away that snowball effect. But now, Garpy, he's got the luxury of being able to pick a Sorlag with a lot of armor.
He's got much weapons though for this range. Only has a super shotgun and an LG. It's the range he needs to be at the moment, but still, getting rid of Garpy's Anarchy, which has definitely been the problem champion, is a huge bonus for Spart1e.
I feel like Spart1e's had a bit of a hard time hitting some of these rails.
And it hasn't been great for him. At least he's now against a Sorlag, who is an easier target to hit. So if he's going to get any sort of practice and, I suppose, confidence back in hitting rails, it's going to be against the Sorlag, just like that, right? There's one, there's two, and there's the Ghost Walk popped. One. Oh, there it is, LG, Acid. Uh-oh, that's danger. Is he going to go down? Does he have enough health?
I believe he didn't actually hit any of them. Or he did, and she was just collecting health along the way. It looks like it.
It was only just about to die, but one health pickup was all we needed. Still looking good. Garpy's getting around, but Garpy definitely down on champions now.
Oh,
forced to Ghost Walk.
Spart1e on good form in this first round.
I think the important thing was just getting rid of the Anarchy so early. Oh wow, run straight into him without a Ghost Walk. That's going to be a guaranteed frag, and Spart1e's going to confidently take that first round. That's a much better start for him.
I think after basically what was a 3-0 and then winning the first map quite convincingly on the map that you choose, that's important. Just for anything, just morale reasons.
Yeah, of course. Just to know that you can definitely take rounds here. Spart1e doing well for himself now immediately. But Garpy, I think he's going to have to work a little bit harder on just holding on to this Anarchy. I mean, he only just lost it last time. It was a very close exchange.
That's the same matchup we saw last time. Garpy has shown us that he knows how to approach this champion. Such a dominant force in Quake Champions is
it's like Spart1e's trying to almost like launch an ambush near this lightning gun, trying to bait him to coming down. There it is. Oh, tries to catch him off guard. Doesn't connect with any of the acid though, unfortunately. He gets a little bit of damage over time, but nothing on impact. Injection is forced as well, but he's just going to get away for free.
Without taking a bunch of damage. Gets the Mega.
Oh, a lot of damage from below too. Oh, he fell down. That's going to be death. Garpy, you might have misplayed here. Yes, he does. Falls off the podium. Spart1e is just that pitfall waiting for him. The punishment at the bottom. Oh, that's a below there.
Used quite early on. He's going in for the kill, and he gets it, but they trade! The acid spit doesn't do tick damage to Sorlag, but it still does impact damage. Ouch.
It's gonna be enough though, but Spart1e finds himself in this position again. He's up on champions a second time. Just a minute in, he's just got to take out the Nyx, and Garpy will go down. Still though, Garpy's still very much in this, but has to be super careful. Ghost Walk is there for both of them, I have no doubt. Rocket popped in.
The shadows hide me.
Used in retaliation. Just want to risk getting ambushed.
Ooh, that's why rockets do kind of let Garpy know where he was though. So it was safe to go and pick up the LG. Try to get that Ghost Walk. I mean, that Ghost Walk is going to be crucial. The Nyx versus Nyx matchup is so unique though, in the fact that how that sort of like, almost like game of chicken is played when both players have their Ghost Walk up. If you Ghost Walk first, you can't really use it aggressively because as you come out of your Ghost Walk, the opponent will go into theirs if they think you're going to attack them, which then basically lets them do to you what you were trying to do to them. Or you can use it just to bait the Ghost Walk to waste it and not do anything, and just see what they do, try and make them squirm a bit. You see that quite often.
But with the similar respawn times, one more time, it's going to go back to who's going to be the first player to have that confident play. You know, will they be content taking that trade of heavy armor versus mega health?
Not quite sure. We'll see soon though. The fact that Garpy is definitely on the back foot. Spart1e does have a comfortable lead with 2 champions to the 1. Garpy has. Oh, a nice amount of damage. Ghost Walk pops immediately.
I love this idea that he was actually able to gauge exactly where Spart1e was because the rocket forced the invisibility.
That was really smart play from Garpy too. Just to get that one back in. And Doomslayer. Doomslayer versus Nyx. This will be the last one of the round. You know, Doomslayer's going to have his berserk up, and this squishy champion like Nyx, 1 or 2 punches is all it will take to take her out.
I mean, if she's got no armor, 1 punch will kill her because it's 75 per punch, but I don't think he's. I think it's quite a risky play. You know, that's that classic thing that people already start to do, where you gauntlet a Doomslayer who's in berserk mode. Wow, very risky indeed. Still going through the teleporter.
He does have the Ghost Walk up now, though. Oh, good shot on that rail, taking the damage down. Spart1e now, just held. Heavy armor up any second now. Yep, there we go.
Doesn't want to overextend at all. Doesn't want to risk it. Don't necessarily need to be the one that's being hyper-aggressive in this situation now. There's a minute and a half left, but here's the fight. The phase shift is used, but no! It's going to allow Spart1e to get a free Mega! And he chases it down!
That could be dangerous. That was a really crucial way for him to land there, but only 50 health left to go. Spart1e's still around. Ghost Walking up for a while, and he has Berserk.
I mean, that's exactly why you save Ghost Walk. That's why you don't just use it, you know, willy-nilly. You've got to make sure that when you're using it, it will save your life or secure a kill. Oh, misses the rail!
Now has no armor. Is Spart1e going to chase this? That's one thing Spart1e hasn't been doing too much, though, is chasing kills.
Hang on.
That's a massive advantage. Oh, the rocket.
Oh!
There we go! Catches him around the corner. And that's going to be another round in the favor of Spart1e. Very quickly turning this around. 1 round away from evening it up.
A Spartan surprise. Was not ready for that one.
And I did not expect him to be around that corner. So though Garpy has 3 rounds left. Get in a row now. The odds are definitely stacked against him on this map.
Oh! Oops.
Fumbled jump there.
The problem with that
Like I
is...
fundled my sentence.
Bad spot. I mean, he's got a rail, but he's looking for his moment. But he can't find it.
Never took it. Decided to not fire in the end and just have damage for it, but can get away for free. Or safely, I should say. Lost a lot of health in the process.
There's no Mega. Here comes Garpy with the high ground. Very unfortunate in the last round. He actually kind of sort of fumbled his jump and just fell down. Guaranteed death.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for that to happen, but happens sometimes. Movement's such an important part, but even like basic jumps, so I say basic jumps, even important jumps can be quite difficult in certain situations. Oh, there we go, chasing him down. That's probably going to be a dead... Oh, no! This is the rail! That was going to be a dead Anarchy! And it's going to be Garpy's Anarchy, no less, which is definitely the one you definitely need to kill as soon as you can. Do it. Oh, this rail too.
Wonder if he'll live to regret it. The Mega's up.
See him crawling around.
I actually like that Garpy double back just to get the Mega.
Definitely wants his armor. Oh, swap to the OG just in case there's going to be a wild Garpy down there.
A reverse 3-0. That's one way to answer back when you've just been 3-0'd yourself.
It's going to be a difficult one, but we have seen it before. Be tough. I think the important thing here is, though, is Spart1e doing a much better job of taking out Garpy's Anarchy. Almost caught it in a bad place, but there's the injection just to try and get away.
Tries to return through, but Garpy does get at least one retreating rail, but that will quickly be undone by the inevitable Mega that Spart1e's just about to collect. The adaptation, well, it's quite a clear one of just making sure that you're getting rid of that problem champion that's been such a headache throughout this entire series.
This is more back to the traditional what we saw last time. This kind of like very timid game where no one wants to really overextend because, you know, Garpy can't afford to make a mistake because he'll lose the map on it. And Spart1e can't afford to make a mistake because he's going to give Garpy the momentum he needs to start this comeback. And there's one thing Garpy's composition is good at. It's that just maintaining momentum if he has it. That's probably why one of the many reasons it's so popular.
I don't think it's a coincidence that as we go further and further and deeper into this losers bracket, that we're seeing less frags per round, and it's becoming so much more high stakes.
It's because no one wants to make any mistakes. Now taking a minimal damage, but still trying to get out. Ooh,
ouch!
Big rail, but still near enough to.
It'll be swiftly undone as long as you're always near a small armor and you've got a high amount of natural health. Let me look at that, right? 150 health, 50 armor. I mean, you'll laugh at rails with this, but
as the acid isn't going to quite connect, it was too mobile in the air, but only 30 health.
Oh no!
Doing close. Oh, the lightning gun, he's chasing it. And that's going to be the frag. Garpy is going to take out the Sorlag, and now Spart1e left with Nyx and Doomslayer.
The longer it takes to secure that first frag of a round, I mean,
the less time you have to salvage it after, right?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's so difficult. Look at the Spart1e's health. He's probably going to get armor, but Garpy's got the heavy armor.
Hey, Garpy's shown time and time again he will run that clock if he needs to, and he has only 1 minute and 15 seconds left to run it. I'd be very surprised if he looked for any fights at this point onwards. Anarchy is the perfect champion to play that runaway game, and he's done it over and over again. Oh, no catches in the lightning gun. Still trying to get away.
But now he can tank so much
that double
more.
back, very smart.
Using it to run away. Spart1e almost got him.
It was very intelligent of Garpy to just double back immediately after using the injection.
Now we're beyond the 1 minute warning. We're likely to see a timeout once more. And he's using the timer to deny those major items from Spart1e to keep him on the back foot. Do not give him the tools he needs to fight. 30 seconds. That's all we have left.
20 seconds. I mean, every second that goes down, he's going to get closer and closer to that injection again, which can give him almost like that second life bar. Spart1e has to go in. He has to go in now. He hasn't got any more time.
15 seconds. That's it. That's all he's got.
He's found him.
10 seconds remaining. The chase is on. He's headed him off.
Oh,
Good
what
read.
a great decision. There's the injection pot. 4 seconds left. Oh, he made the
That's
read
it.
again. Can he get through? Is he going inside? Oh, that was so close. Spart1e made all the right decisions on where to go, but that last hit. Oh boy.
Is it just me? Or was that first rocket, did it actually miss or fail to connect?
I don't know.
It looked like it might have done.
Spart1e made literally all of the right decisions on where Garpy was going to go. He had to read like 3 individual juking paths, and he read them every time, but he missed that final rocket, or at least just didn't do enough damage. That's a heartbreaking turn of events.
If Spart1e had 1 more second, like literally 1 more second, he was likely to take it. Oh. No time to think about it now.
That's got to be like one of the most demoralizing ways to lose a round. Knowing the hard bit is reading your opponent. Oh no! Spart1e is going to melt him down now. That is a disaster for Garpy. Losing Anarchy now at the start of this round so early on means that now officially odds stacked against him. I mean, Anarchy is a big deal for him.
Unless he can take out Spart1e really early in this next fight, I'm not sure. I mean, he's not going to be able to play that sort of keep away, run away style that he's been establishing so prominently on this map without Anarchy. So he's going to have to switch it up a little bit. And not much time to adapt. We've already had a minute go down. Dedicates in for the damage. Garpy has more health and more armor. And he wins the fight.
Right, that's big. That's a big deal for Garpy to get that damage down now. So both players that are left on the side of Spart1e are quite vulnerable to being acided.
Melted down.
Melted by the acid. Oh, jumps in Ghost Walk. There's the assassination attempt, but immediately backs down. That was a good decision as Garpy's acid is now back.
Yep, that would have been death.
You cannot be caught out without Ghost Walk as an X against Sorlag. It just will not end well for you.
I mean, that is your escape. That is your only means to survive the acid.
Uh-oh, here we go, point blank.
Oh, no!
It all missed, but there we go. Little bit of damage over time is all he needed. And Garpy is dragging this game back into his favor the best he can.
I mean, kicking and screaming, really. One way or another, this match is going to end. Garpy is doing everything he can to make it in his favor. Mega's up.
Mega health is there too. 200 health on the big, scary Sorlag. Oh, catch them there. Oh, Doomslayer. Here, there's the acid again. Damage over time, is it ticking down? Yes, it is.
That's going to give him good knowledge. And he's got a rail.
Oh, he hesitated.
Yeah, he didn't dedicate to the rail.
Brief hesitant moment there. He could have taken that shot, but
that was it.
Not to.
I mean, when he swapped to the rocket, it was in his crosshairs too. I'm fairly positive that rail might have connected. But I don't blame him for not just sticking to it.
Oh, yes, be careful here. There's the LG. If he wins this, that's all in his favor. But Spart1e, bit of armor. He's still chasing this frag. He has to be careful.
But Spart1e swapped to rocket as well. There are some weapon swaps here which just aren't quite working out.
Oh, there's some lightning gun damage. This is make or break for Spart1e. He needs to get this frag. If he loses...
Oh, no!
Suicide! No, he hit the wall!
Oh, no! Oh, my dearie me.
That was a heartbreaking... I mean... Oh, Garpy.
We must keep a straight face.
There's a pillar there, mate. It's not watch out for that one. Oh, lordy lord.
It's match point. Garpy. He acknowledges he's not going to get to the LG in time. Has to take a different plan of action.
Oh, but the problem is that has evened things out. This was a 2-0 lead in rounds for Spart1e, and Garpy has now tied it up 2 apiece. Oh, but that was always Spart1e's own hand. Oh my lord. But Spart1e, he cannot let it get to him. He has to play this neutral.
He misses the rail. That's an opening, but not punished. Can only get the rockets.
He's chasing this frag. He wants it desperately. He needs to get rid of this Anarchy, and he knows it.
But so does Garpy, and he's not going to make it easy. They've sort of reset that situation somewhat. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to be up soon, but you can tell Garpy didn't want to be too obvious and go for it immediately.
Ooh.
So look, he has it. This is going to be that one-on-one. I don't think anyone can escape at this point, but the injection is there for Garpy. Now Spart1e has to be careful.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
he put a foot in the acid.
Damage, but he does have the injection.
Nice.
He's going to use it.
Spart1e hasn't got the acid spit. If Garpy gets one good rail here, he's going to go in for the kill.
Oh, 40 damage. Let's be very careful now. Spart1e's going to know he's got no armor left. Garpy's going to get it. I'll say Garpy has really turned this around well. He's just been playing the start of the round incredibly so far. Heavy armor going to be back up another time. Garpy's going to get it again. Right now, it looks like the momentum is all in Garpy's favor. He's just controlling the majority of these pickups now. That's all weapons he needs. That's the injection again. 76 health. He's already got a little tiny bit of extra health. Might not seem so relevant, but the amount of times we've seen people survive with 1 HP, you'd be surprised.
With the respawn time differences between Heavy and Mega, they're significant enough, I think, for at least one of these players to kind of make that read. Who's going to be going for one of the two? You know, can I fight at this location? You can actually see that there's a real air of timidness here from Spart1e. Like, he's not putting himself in a situation at all where he's likely to fight Garpy. But Garpy, I don't think he's going to fall for a trap underground. I mean, because that is likely where Sorlag is going to be as point blank as possible to enforce that just burst combo of just sheer damage and
like you said before, right? You have to be careful because the longer the round goes without there being any frags, when a frag is finally, you know, taken and seized, the less time you have on the other side to even things out. As
he has gone underground though. This is kind of what Spart1e was looking for.
But he didn't stay down there.
But I feel like Garpy, he's content holding the high ground. He really is. Just keeping that upper level. If you control the high ground, you control rocket, you control rail, you control essentially heavy armor and mega collectively. But no,
Garpy caught out here
in a bad spot, in a bad position indeed.
He's getting followed. He's getting followed. But he is going in for the kill. Spart1e does not want to let him get away alive, but he survives barely.
Only just.
Wow, Garpy able to get out of that was a miracle. Spart1e's there again, trying to get him. Wow, armor as well. That was a perfect opportunity. Spart1e completely had the drop on him, but now he's got the mega health.
I'm going to check to see if he has a rail.
Not quite sure. There it is.
We'll see if he has a rail gun, because it will be a game changer.
Oh, one shot. There's Sorlag. It'll take a lot more than that.
Oh wow! 2 good rockets.
You don't want to be below.
He's chasing it down!
That was good read from Spart1e. Spart1e has been on the point over and over again, just making the reads on where he's going to be. Just can't get too much off it. We're approaching the 1-minute warning.
Oh, nice!
Very dangerous. That's 2 shots! Spart1e has 1 or 2 left tops in him at the moment. The armor goes the way of Garpy too. Armor's going to be a problem for Spart1e now. 1 minute, just over 1 minute left to go. Spart1e trying to get himself back up again.
With an acid spit at his disposal, Garpy does not want to take the fight to close range. He wants to play this range game as long as it takes.
This is one of those crucial rounds. This is it. If Garpy wins the round, he advances through the loser's bracket, and if Spart1e loses, he is eliminated. I mean, this map did start 2-0 in Spart1e's favor. It looked completely one-sided. But Garpy making the adjustment. Spart1e, unfortunately, with the accidental suicide at the end of the last round. That could be the most heartbreaking turn of events.
That might be a play that haunts him for a long time. Hits another rail. His rails have been on the money.
It's been very harassing rails as well. Like, it's not been to get kills, it's just been to get rid of the stack, so the pressure is constantly on. Spart1e,
oh dear,
forced through. Oh, that rail could have been game-changing. More rockets coming through. More rockets. Spart1e down the bottom. Lightning gun coming through.
And now with the Mega being taken by Garpy, he's no doubt going to fight for Heavy also.
Yeah, if he gets Heavy armor, that is going to be very difficult for Spart1e.
In 10 seconds, we're in sudden death. This is going to be last champion is out regardless of what happens. We are down to a 1 champion game.
Oh, another rail connects. Oh, walks straight into a rocket. Oh, still, he's below here. Spiking the way he is, he's running through. Coming up.
There is no injection available.
Officially overtime. This is going to be dangerous now. Mega Health, I should say. Heavy Armor going to be up very soon to follow.
I wonder who's going to bite first.
This is going to be tough for Spart1e because I think this Garpy has...
I mean, has Spart1e been able to get a rail this entire time?
I'm not sure, but Garpy he's fully stacked now on health and armor. But luckily it is Sorlag. We know what she can do if you get point blank, but...
She has to be point blank, that's the thing. And you know Garpy, he's doing everything he can to just avoid being in that situation.
Otherwise one of them's going to have to make a move sooner or later. Sudden death. And the end if one of them gets a frag.
I guess it comes down to what player feels like they're under more pressure. Garpy to take this round and move into DreamHack, or Spart1e to win this round and stay alive
I mean,
in the tournament.
that's the difference though. If Garpy loses this round, he just has another map to play. If Spart1e loses, that's it. It's over for him. The tournament is done. He will be eliminated.
I don't think he's got a rail because he's going for the rocket from that range.
If Spart1e doesn't have a rail, that is a heartbreaker. He just won't find himself the opportunity to get that damage. See him down the bottom, he just really wants to catch him out. Ooh, big damage coming out from the rocket. Does the injection though. The armor's there.
Here comes the fight. Doesn't want to risk it. He has actually forced the acid spit. He would have heard it be used. He now knows if he finds Spart1e and he takes that fight, there is no acid spit. Oh, wow!
Massive damage coming out of that rocket, though. Oh, again.
He's got the rails now. There we go. That's what he's been looking for. Now, Garpy is in big trouble, and he gets the frag he was looking for the entire round. And Spart1e survives for now.
After all of that back and forth, after Garpy controlling every single big power-up on the map, seemingly just starving Spart1e of a railgun the entire time, as soon as Spart1e got a hold of one, he made the shots count, was able to take it back. And what was a very, very down-to-the-wire map. We are evened out now. We are one map apiece. That isn't even the end of the set. We have a last map to get through as yet, but that's going to be a really, I think it was a crucial win for Spart1e there, just to make sure that, unfortunately, like, because it was definitely starting to slip through his fingers, right? He had a very powerful first two rounds, very one-sided. Then Garpy was able to take the first round back. Then he lost the second round because, unfortunately, Spart1e committed suicide right at the end by accident. And then was completely stacked against him in that final fight. You know, Garpy was stacked with all the power-ups, was starving him of the rail. The fact Spy was able to win that round is going to help him in this next map for sure, which is probably going to be, we'll find out what the next map will be momentarily, but it is going to be Garpy's pick regardless. So I'm inclined to think it's going to be Ruins, most likely. It's been a very, like we've said loads today, it's a Maestro map, is Ruins of Sarnath, and they've had great success on it across Sacrifice and Duel. Lots of the players within the Maestro roster. It's just something that they just must be comfortable on. But it's Corrupted Keep. He's gone for Corrupted Keep instead.
Close range battles. And so we just saw essentially like 5 ridiculously slow rounds. Is this going to be one end of the seesaw to the other, where it's lightning fast?
When was the last time we actually saw a timeout on Corrupted Keep? Like, is that something we see frequently? Like,
I don't think it's consistent. I think the map is too small for it to be consistent. But we know that the champion lineup, we know the champions that we're likely to see here. It's going to be Sorlag, it's going to be Anarchy, it's going to be Nyx. All 3 of these champions are dangerous on Corrupted Keep. But Sorlag, I mean, it really is in particular. Like, it's the entire map is a range that she wants to be. So there's Sorlag and there's Anarchy. To the surprise of no one, we see Sorlag once more, and then there's another Anarchy. And then it's Doomslayer and Nyx. Now, Doomslayer's Berserk, giving him that speed boost, is going to likely sort of almost give him like a scale bearer effect, where if he pops Berserk on one of the power-ups, like Mega Health, it should actually allow him to go from Mega Health to Heavy Armor quite quickly. Throughout one use of Berserk. It's going to be another thing where we probably don't see Berserk used as an attack. It's going to be used 100% for maneuverability. And even though it doesn't necessarily give Doomslayer a speed boost, it's more so going to put him at his top speed much faster, rather than him making him faster than normal, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's more of a shortcut to the top speed.
Well, I believe his top speed's about 550. His Doomslayer's speed's about 550 that it puts him at. But during the warm-up, I mean, it's hard to call this one, because with the way Garpy's been playing, you could easily say I'm gonna go with this guy. He's probably gonna be my pick. But Spart1e, it takes a lot of mental composure to be in a situation like that where it's sudden death, and if you lose this frag, you're out of the tournament. And he pulled it off. 2 clutch rails, finished the job, went in when he knew was guaranteed the win. And it was confidence. You know, I could have easily have just crumbled and fallen to pieces, but it's not going to be today. This is the final map. It's loser's bracket action. Winner will move on. Loser is out of this tournament for good.
Starting to fight immediately, but both players sort of retreating into their machine gun on the side of Garpy, but still did a lot of damage. Yeah, acid popping both of them too. It's a very violent start to the round.
They used their acid at the same time too. I think the identical cooldowns.
Oh, lost damage from the LG. There we go. Spart1e's going to take first blood. Getting rid of that Soul Lag is going to be huge. Garpy onto this Anarchy. We know that Spart1e now has his acid up again.
Taking out the enemy Soul Lag just in time for your acid to respawn. Good timing right there.
Oh, wow, that was such well played by Spart1e there. Didn't want to go straight into the armor, wanted to wait until Garpy was kind of nearby enough, and then just went straight in with a super shotgun. Garpy was just not ready for that.
And it's kind of like what we expected to see, right? Whereas on Blood Covenant, it was very slow-paced games going down to the final champion. And in just about a minute, we've seen 2 frags in that time. Like, it really is a crazy turnaround, but this is the difference that maps can make. They really are. They can be night and day on some occasions.
Still, though, already 2 champions down for Garpy, left with just Nyx again. It's going to be tough. One map apiece. This is going to be the deciding map, regardless who wins.
Spart1e was confident in his stack. Maybe thought he'd take out Garpy and then get the heavy, but forced to go to it regardless. Ghost Hawk used to negate any of the acid, but does he stay and fight? He does indeed. But because the Mega can't really do much about that. That was a quick first round for Spart1e.
A lot of damage down. I'd actually be quite interested to see why Garpy went for a Corrupted Keep over Ruins of Sarnath, though, because we've seen Garpy play so well on Ruins over and over and over again, and the way he wants to play and sort of his sort of general game plan is, it works very well. It works very well on Ruins of Sarnath, but Corrupted Keep is like the exact opposite of what we've seen him do before.
And maybe he actually wanted just a complete change in playstyle. Perhaps. Maybe he wanted to break up the pace. Maybe his plan was to throw off Spart1e and change the level of play for, completely.
Maybe, but still, that first round for Spart1e is going to be good for that morale.
Well, on that note, he's got Anarchy first. So he's going back to what he knows. Outrun, stay outside of that range, take out Soul Lag first, and then when you lose Anarchy, now you've got Soul Lag versus the rest of the competition, but no! 10 health left! And he was still able to collect that Mega and survive.
Still, though, back to the situation again. Spart1e has that health advantage, but Garpy placing these rockets really well, making it difficult for Spart1e to move around. Acid's almost back, though, so Garpy's going to have to watch out for that. Doesn't have the injection, but... Oh, hang on a minute!
Oh, no!
70 damage!
Massive damage. And he's going in for the acid, too, but he's taken so much! That armor's not going to help him when he's only got 11 HP.
Yeah, he needs to get topped up as soon as he can.
He's doing a good job of it now. Yeah, health around. Actually, a substantial amount of health, in fact.
Yeah, there we go. 125 health to 100 armor. Very well played.
Garpy's having a hard time closing this one out. Ooh. Has to be so careful, but he manages to get the Mega. And every time he gets this health, it just undoes all the work that Garpy's trying to do here. Definitely seems like Anarchy is the better choice for this kind of matchup.
100%. He just looks a lot more confident here.
Anarchy versus Soul Lag for Garpy looks a lot more prominent than the Soul Lag mirror match.
It does indeed, but still though. Oh, there we go. Big fight breaking out here, but still so much health on the side of Spart1e in all the time. Yeah, plenty of stuff to survive. Oh, with the airborne!
Oh, dearie me!
Down in the air. Ouch!
Swiftly deleted right there. A great start. Going straight into the acid spit. Oh my days! Point blank super shotgun. Just to challenge the damage output of that LG. I mean, at point blank, nothing's outmatching the super shotgun.
There's the respawn, 58 health. You have to be careful. Is he going to get this one?
Oh!
They trade that out. No, Spart1e survived barely. Bringing Garpy down to his final champion again.
This is a great fight for Spart1e. He's now got the champion advantage. Just quick fashion. Garpy's in so much trouble now. If he loses this Nyx, he's going to be match point down in a matter of 4 minutes or so.
It's very much night and day compared to what we've seen before. These guys go down to that final round. A lot of timeouts, a lot of sort of extended rounds, but not this time it seems.
It's the nature of the map.
Maybe if we do end up going to 5 minutes, it's going to be Spart1e that wins though. Now it's Garpy that is really forced to even things out before that happens. Can he do it though? That's the question.
Well, it's seeing if there's no rail. And he needs to land like a really high damage rocket to start things off. Because otherwise, Spart1e will just pop the injection and just get out of there.
Still though, saw like being off the cards for both.
Oh, surprise attack from behind. And it's 2-0, just like that, Mustard, on the verge of match point right now.
I mean, this is what happened to Garpy last time. He was down 2 rounds, then brought it back 2, but ended up losing anyway. Garpy's going to have to make that 3-round comeback again, or at least start it off. If he wants to tie this one up and end up maybe walking off ahead, but it's going to be complicated. Spart1e's playing very well. Clearly the map is playing well to him. I mean, even though this map was Garpy's choice, but Spart1e looks infinitely more comfortable on it at the moment.
Almost feel like the change of pace has actually gone against Garpy more than it's gone for him. Very straightforward, trying to go for the acid spit. Has done a chunk of damage, but still both weak.
And they both opt to go to the nearest health. I quite like that decision. Don't want to chase it, don't want to get too into it.
Oh, Garpy's betting the farm on the mirror match.
Oh, with the health and armor being up soon. Mega health and the ground going to get traded out almost certainly.
Identical respawn times on Heavy and Mega.
Oh, missing a lot of damage here. The acid didn't even connect. No, Garpy has more armor here. More health too. Well, it looks like Spart1e's near plenty himself.
Escape route's giving him a nice amount of health as always. I think we're going to see a lot of this. I don't know whether we're going to see a lot of commitment in these fights.
I mean, this is the round that Garpy has to be more careful than he ever has been in his life. This round, that's it. Is he eliminated? This is lower bracket action. 4 second chances from here.
Spart1e's taking big damage. Not a lot of health to run away to either. The escape routes are a little bit limited. Does Garpy head him off here?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Sets him stack back up. He did manage to reach him, but just a little bit too late.
Oh, big damage on that rocket, though.
In return.
A lot of that health and armor from Garpy. We're going to trade out again, a few seconds away from Mega Health. Is Garpy going to try and interrupt this? Oh, no, didn't quite connect.
And he used the acid spit so early, too.
Yeah, that's bad news for Garpy. If they do fight one-on-one point blank, give Spart1e that advantage. He has that increased burst potential, but we'll have to see what happens soon. Garpy trying to run around getting those cooldowns. Get the acid spit back as soon as he can. So it's there already.
Yeah, he has been able to achieve that, but he has been known to sort of prematurely use that acid spit a little bit too early. So when the fight happens, he hasn't got it, and he just simply can't contest with the damage. Spart1e's been playing this game so well, he's slowed it down substantially. He had a really fast first couple of rounds, and he's changed his game plan.
That's a bad situation to be in for both of them.
Acid spit as well. Who's going to pull the trigger first? Lots of health to run away to, as always. Garpy is likely to do the same thing. Oh, wow! Massive damage.
That's huge for Spart1e. You don't know if he's realized just how much damage he's done to Garpy. You can see how low he is. Again, this is that very slow-paced final round. I mean, this could be it. Garpy gets so careful. Before we know, Spart1e's trying to draw this out so we can just make it a 1 frag round.
As the timer adds.
22 minutes. No matter who gets this first frag, every second that drops from this point on is going to make it so stressful to even things out. So basically lost most of the round to try and do it.
I mean, Spart1e's just sitting pretty in this room. He really hasn't left this half of the map in almost the entire round.
He's getting damage where he can. Doesn't want to use any jump pads.
Oh, misses a rocket. Here we go. Still not much just yet. This is a very slow-paced round. I definitely foresee a 1 frag round.
Maybe. Minute left to go. Ooh, Spart1e's on the losing end of this. Maybe.
Caught in the air too! Garpy, he finds an opening.
And he's got plenty of health and armor left too. This is going to be tough.
1 minute warning.
Spart1e has to take him out immediately, but that is going to be so difficult. 1 minute left to go. He tries to do it, but he's probably going to lose Aniki here. He's getting chased away.
Trying to escape, but he's so weak. Definitely not strong enough to fight. But Garpy is the polar opposite, and he chases him down. This is likely to be a free round for Garpy. 20 seconds left for two champions. It's going to be on the hands of Doomslayer.
I'll be incredibly surprised if Spart1e can do this in this round at least. 30 seconds left to go. Even if he takes out Soul like he's become next, doesn't even need to. And that's going to be the first round in response for Garpy. Now, are we going to see him start a similar comeback we saw before? He's started it. He started that progress.
Well, he started the marathon, is what I would call it, because 2 more rounds in an elimination setting is... Well, it takes a special kind of player to rise to this challenge, and he has done it before, but he has to do it again.
Oh, we're getting knocked back though. Has to be careful. Already lost all of that armor, but still near enough to top it back up again.
Be so careful with those rockets. Confident in his LG. Spart1e. Good job of doing a bit of damage to those rockets just now. Has the armor advantage too, but for how long? Oh, lovely rocket! But the damage! I mean, he got so much damage off the acid spit, but because of that Mega and the armor combined, it just didn't matter.
Indeed, but that's a really good start for Spart1e now that Garpy has lost that Soul Lag. That's the main beef of his team has just been eliminated. 2 frags remain for Garpy to stay in this tournament. Still though, lost quite a lot here. There's the injection pot. Oh no, there it is. The damage over time of the acid has brought him down to 1 champion left, keeping him alive in this tournament. Garpy, 1 champion away from being eliminated. Spart1e looking good to take this one down. I don't think do this.
He's going
so
in for
much
LG,
damage.
but
He's gonna chase.
As he's run away, he's forced him to go in for the armor. I don't know if Garpy can survive this.
He has to try though. He has no choice left. Spart1e trying to bring him back up again. A lot of damage. The acid. Nothing connected.
Yeah,
no damage.
No takeover time. He cannot afford to stand at it at this stage.
He doesn't have the ghost walk. He's got to be careful.
Small health items will be swiftly undone. Some of that damage. This is such a huge ask of a comeback. But this might be the beginning.
No, he started it.
If he gets a good spawn, maybe.
He still has plenty of time. We're less than 2 minutes in, just about to cross that threshold.
He's got the Ghost Walk too. He's headed him off before he's had the chance to get a rocket, and he gets Spart1e. It's 1-1. Here we go.
No way is he going to get that. No way is he going to do this. Like, surely not.
Doomslayer versus Nyx. It's possible.
The champion we've seen Garpy use the least today in like elimination point stress and pressure? Surely not.
Hang on a minute. Never say never. It begins.
That Ghost Walk popped. He's going to get by direct. He's trying to heat himself up. Oh, he just ran out of ammo for his lightning gun. Oh no, what a terrible time to run out of ammo.
That was so unfortunate because Spart1e used his berserk to gain the instant speed to get the health guaranteed, and he ran out of LG.
I can't remember the last time I saw someone run out of ammunition, which cost them potentially a game-winning frag. There's the rocket. He's got
he gets it!
Oh my lord! Garpy with a full comeback, tying it up. Reverse match point from a 2-0 deficit.
But it's not over. He's had to put in this much work just for a 2-2. There is 1 final round left to play, and only 1 player is going to move on. This isn't even qualification point. What is going on?
This is a stressful lower bracket, and Garpy needs to win this round.
I mean, minimal damage taken, really. He'll take those nails all day.
This is match point, elimination point for both players. Whoever loses this is out of the tournament, and Garpy was down 2-0. Lost 2 champions, but started this, what could only be called a miraculous comeback with the champion we've seen him use the least today.
You know where we come from, there's a saying that says only a true master can come back from this.
Still though, Garpy's on the process. He started the journey. But can he do it? He's doing it for his Maestro boys. You know, they're watching at home. They're pulling for him. The acid comes out, doesn't connect.
But he hasn't got the armor. Spart1e does have a lot more armor and health. This is not a good look for Garpy. He's got to get out.
No, he has plenty of pickups nearby. He can do it, but Spart1e, he's been playing out of his mind. Spart1e is more than capable of denying this comeback and advancing through himself. We just have to hope that Spart1e can keep himself together to do it. Oh, there we go. Goes in for it. There's lightning gun. Spart1e gets the first frag. And Garpy loses that Soul Lag. Spart1e, plenty of health left to go.
Garpy has to be so careful how he pushes this.
Yes,
taking it to risk.
Connect. No, not quite. Yes, this wasted. He's going in for the kill. Does Garpy get it? I'm not quite sure. He pops the injection, but he gets out alive. Just barely, though. Going in for the armor. Oh, Garpy goes down. He has to make the comeback 2 rounds back to back. And Spart1e's going to do everything he can to stop him.
The danger is that he's just collected heavy armor. I mean, like, in many ways, this comeback is substantially harder than the comeback he had to make in the previous round.
We thought that before, but he was able to do it. But still, Spart1e, he's laying on the pressure as thick as he can.
And now he's got the acid spit. This just became one of the hardest comebacks a player can make. He doesn't have the health, he doesn't have the armor, he doesn't have the damage!
He's held onto it.
Wait a minute!
Oh my lord, Garpy gets the frag. That was a fully stacked Sorlag. That was a tough decision, but he's able to get it. Trying to manipulate that spawn. He's delaying it as much as possible, shooting as many rockets as he can. There we go. 2 damage.
I mean, 2 damage for his efforts. Perfectly timed respawn by Spart1e, delaying his respawn for that exact reason.
And that was very intelligent. Spart1e keeping himself together, a level head.
But he's better on Doomslayer. He's not gone Anarchy second this time.
Indeed. Doomslayer, I'm not quite sure the decision here. Maybe
he's got the Mega.
He still has Ghost Walk. It is a vulnerable Nyx. Hasn't got a huge amount of maximum armor and health. Has to be very careful here. Spart1e has that Berserk still. He has the Ghost Walk to counter if he can. Being caught without Ghost Walk will be very dangerous here now. 2.5 minutes. There is plenty of time for this to not be a timeout. There we go, point blank. Garpy's going for it. Ghost Walk is popped. Forced to retreat. Yes, Spart1e doesn't try and stop him from getting the Mega Health. He is going to secure the Mega Health.
But I mean, I don't think he can take the risk. If he reappears on the Mega and that goes pear-shaped, he has no health to take the fight. But in 20 seconds, he's going to get the Ghost Walk back.
Tough decision after tough decision. Punishment here will be severe for anything that goes wrong. Catches him for the double jump. Wall lightning gun coming through. He doesn't have Ghost Walk. 40 health, no armor. This is a dangerous situation. There's the heavy armor. Mega health's going to be up in a few seconds' time. Spart1e's going through for the armor pickup. Trying to go towards it. Mega health. Ghost Walk is back. Oh my days! 2 health left. Oh my lord, he was about to get the Mega health. Oh my god, in time!
At the last possible second! How is he still alive?
I don't understand how this is possible. Spart1e has like just specks of life left. Just trying to bring himself back up again. 1.5 minutes with 30 seconds away from the 1-minute warning. Waiting for this heavy armor to come back. He's going to get it for sure. Ghost Walk is going to be up in 10 seconds, but we might find a fight before then. Spart1e is behind him. Can he get this? I'm not sure. Has himself a rocket launcher. There's the cooldown. Ghost Walk is back into play. The Ghost Walk has saved Garpy twice already from certain death. But he has got full stacks on both of them. Spart1e, a minute left to go.
Spart1e's going to transform his game plan now. He's going to force Garpy to come to him.
But does Spart1e go for a timeout? What is the game plan? Does he go for timeout, or does he try and get this frag?
He's hiding. Here's the fight
there. He's point blank. That could be dangerous. He has no armor left. Any wayward rocket here could take him down. There's the armor going for it. He has to be very careful not to fall into his trap. Lots of damage adding up quickly.
I mean, even a remotely chunky rocket's going to take him out.
And he's got the Mega health.
That's so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate.
So though Spart1e is playing this beautifully, Spart1e is making himself very difficult to take down. The mobility showing through.
Hang on, seconds left 50 damage on that rocket though.
The armor.
Time is not on his side. Garpy has to get going now. He's only got 20 seconds. He has to make something happen, and it needs to be at this moment.
He's going in. He can't run into a rocket though. He has to be careful. So little health left. Dangerous situation. Mega health. He's got the Mega! Oh, the rocket's coming through. There's the Ghost Walk. 5 seconds at least going on. The rocket launcher. Oh, he missed it. He got the kill. The reset comes through. It's now going to be 1-1 one more time. No way is Garpy going to do this. This was so against him, and now we're in sudden death. It's going to be Nyx versus Anarchy. He has the heavy armor. He has the stack. He is now way healthier than Spart1e.
This is best case scenario for Garpy. It will just make it perfect as if he gets the Mega right now.
This is going to be the comeback of comebacks if he can do this. He has the Ghost Walk up any second now. The injection is there for Spart1e though. He has to take down 2 life bars. But Spart1e has been playing this so well. Anarchy, very dangerous. You can't run away from Anarchy anywhere near as well you can Doomslayer. Be so careful. I can only imagine the pressure in this situation. Garpy on the verge of this impossible comeback, and Spart1e trying everything he can to deny it. Heavy armor is up. Again, it gets secured by Garpy. Every second
even with the stack, even with Ghost Walk, this could totally go pear-shaped for Garpy. Spart1e just needs one well-placed rocket, and it will change his life!
Oh no, he's going for it. Oh! Suicide! Oh my lord! He did it himself! Oh, what an anticlimactic finish! Oh my days!
I don't understand. I don't understand how that can.
My days.
I mean,
why like that? Like that?
not like this, I think, is the sentence that perfectly sums that up. It was.
Garpy. Oh, I feel so bad.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine how upsetting that must be. I mean, well played to Spart1e, first and foremost,
of course.
keep his cool in such a situation. Because you know Garpy was riding momentum unlike anything we've ever seen, right? When you're in that situation, if any of you guys have been in a competitive situation like that before, and you have started to make a comeback, no matter what game, no matter what genre, if you've been in that situation, you know that you begin to play better when you start to believe, okay, right, I can do this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. You end up playing on like the Super Saiyan level, right? It happens to anyone that plays competitively. But to have it just snuffed out, literally just like a light switch.
By your own hand.
Oh,
By your own hand.
by your own hand. What a game. What a game.
That's one of my favorite games of all time.
That was one of the best sets of Quick Champions I've ever seen. Like, hands down. No question.
I mean, it's, yeah, there's a heartbreaker in every sense of the word. But I mean,
Spart1e able to keep himself together.
I don't know how he managed
on the
it.
receiving end of that. Like, that is next level impressive. That was so good. But commiserations to Garpy, of course.
I believe we're not